Want to see your kids follow through on what they're told to do? Make checking back in with you part of your instruction routine. Hi everyone, I'm BJ Muir from JesusHelpMeParent.com, and I coach families just like yours to use a heart-based approach to parenting. So if you want practical parenting solutions that develop real and lasting heart change in your kids and family, instead of just temporary behavior changes, click that subscribe button right now. And now, here's my parenting tip of the week. How many times have you given your child an instruction only to find several hours later that that instruction was never really followed through? Or maybe it was, but it wasn't followed through the way you wanted it done. You come across the playroom that you thought you told your kids to clean up, there's still some toys out on the floor. You see the dishwasher with most of the dishes out of it that are clean and back in cabinets, but that top rack still has glasses in it. You told your kid to clean it all out, but they missed some things here. At that moment, you as the parent have a decision to make. Do you call that kid back to do the job right? Or do you just pick up the stuff that's not done and move on? Too many times we parents get into this cycle of partially completed instructions, and it starts wearing us down because we thought we were really clear. Perhaps it's time we try a new instruction routine. Any good instruction routine starts off with kids being really good at coming when they're called, listening to an instruction, and running off as if they're on a mission to go accomplish it. But we can't stop there. It's important that we include a check-in as part of that instruction routine. We want our kids to get used to coming back to check in with us when the job is done. When a kid comes back and they say, "Hey, I'm all done, Mom, I'm all done, Dad," we as the parent want to go with that child to check in on the job to see, one, if it's actually done, and two, how well it's done. Is there anything we need to work on there? Only after that point can we release that child from the weight of responsibility they had with the instruction. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds complicated, BJ. It sounds like a ton of time, a ton of work. Well, here's the reality. You're currently spending this time picking up stuff all over the floor that they're not picking up, or you're calling your kid back to do it right. I'm just suggesting we take the same amount of time we're already spending grumbling as we pick these things up and focus that time differently and have a more positive focus because we're more involved on the front end. When your child checks back in with you, it gives you the opportunity to know the job is done. It also gives you the opportunity to go with that child to check on how well the job is done and give positive feedback for all the things you see that it's done right. You might be saying, what about stuff that's not done right? You also get to talk about those things too and coach your child where things aren't exactly the way they should be. This positive feedback surely makes it more likely that the job's going to get done correctly the next time, and this coaching you get to do with your child to show them the right way to do things also increases the likelihood that they'll do it the right way next time as well. For example, maybe you sent your child upstairs to pick up his bedroom, and he did a great job picking up the floor, making the bed, putting a couple of the toys that were out away, but he didn't close his dresser drawers, and there's even a shirt hanging out of the top one. You can give this kid great feedback on what a wonderful job they did with the bed and how you love how the pillows are arranged, and wow, I can't believe you got all your Legos picked up. That's great. But then you're going to shift and become a little bit more like a coach and say, I want to show you one thing here. You notice how your dresser is kind of sloppy the way it's hanging out like that? When you pick up your room, you want to close that dresser drawer too and make sure all the clothes are fitting in there. That simple redirection, that simple shift in your language gives your child positive feedback and a point to improve. But that point to improve is so positive, your kid accepts it because it's coming from a place of help. You're on the same side. You're on the same team as your kid. Help them out. You're more of a coach. You're not a referee. You're a coach. The positive feedback, the coaching, they're both experienced in a positive way by your child because you're approaching them from that positive standpoint. And because of that, this actually benefits your relationship with your child. Trust is built up more. Positivity between you and your child are built up more. So you want to include a check-in with your instruction routine. You want to learn more about how to do this? Check out my latest videos on YouTube on the instruction routine and lots of other helpful strategies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and also remember to follow Jesus Help Me Parent on Facebook and Instagram for daily parenting tips, strategies, and inspiration to parent using a heart-based approach. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.